Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome to your April 2024 reading. So, I meditated on your energy and what Spirit wanted to talk to you about this month. Of course, this month we have the new moon in Aries. Good time to put your energy, fellow fire sign, on what you want to develop for the next 6 months. And we have a full moon in Scorpio. So the full moon in Scorpio will enlighten what needs to be transformed, what needs to be transcended, letting die, etc., etc. So that gives a bit of the tone, just these 2 moons, the tone of the month, as there's going to be a strong beginning, like spring's, energy coming out, and at the same time, a reflection of, let's use that energy to transcend and burn what needs to be burned for our betterment. So you come in the month with death in reverse. So that means that the process of transformation, when the card is in reverse, it's either it started unconsciously or it's blocked because of something. The card that comes after is the Lovers. So this month, Sagittarius, you have the opportunity to make the inspired decision of what needs to be transformed for your evolution. So here are the Lovers, and then we will have the Star and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, in this, with what I see here, it's more of a suspension of the Wheel of Fortune, because as you're making your decision and realigning yourself, like throwing away the old water. And when you think about it, this one, Scorpio, water, it's all about, understanding, rising our consciousness, turning into our spirituality in order to clear old waters. And this one throws away the water, puts it back to the collective, to the earth. She doesn't keep anything, and that's what keeps her aligned with who she truly is, with the spirit having a human experience. So going back to that, doing what you have to do, but there will still be something that will need to be understood in order to actually change the conditions of your life. So as you're moving along, under the Death card, I have the 9 of Pentacles, and I have, it's like this. 9 of Pentacles is all about self-worth, independence, my value, what I've built and who I am until now, etc., etc. Here we have an Ace of Swords. There's the understanding that we'll need to actually apply to be able to answer the Sphinx. The understanding about Queen of Pentacles in reverse, 5 of Pentacles in reverse. So here's the thing. What is independence? What is knowing one's worth and one's value? I would say that the thing that needs to transform is your definition of that when it comes to you. So, because this is very root chakra, okay? And we are going to go into Taurus after, which is probably going to settle everything for you. But here, when the Queen of Pentacles is in reverse, it's almost like, I've got experience in this and this and this. I know how to do this and this and this. But in my gut feeling, in my root, I'm still in the fight or flight, in the fear of being abandoned, that deep down, I'm not enough. I have a hard time receiving. I still think that I have to fit in, to be chosen, and all of that. My worth is not established. So there's something to understand about that. So maybe I think I should be just very self-sufficient instead of part of this, the Six of Pentacles, where I am part of and receiving in the flow, receiving and giving in the flow. Here, I'm completely independent. And it might have been doing this. This is maybe something you did to compensate for that unconscious fear of the Five of Pentacles, belief of the Five of Pentacles, that deep down I might not be supported. And you probably had a lot of experiences where you weren't supported, and that's why you had to become so independent. But anyway, it's going to be that kind of subtle thing where it's nothing new, but the way you understand it is different. So, all right. Under the Lovers, we have the Ten of Swords, and we have the Page of Cups. So that Ace of Swords actually will provoke, in order to make a decision, we have to understand how the other way of thinking, the price we've paid. We have to go to the end of that cycle in order to really understand it, so that there's no doubts of coming back, because we're conscious of all of the ways that the beliefs around worth and value, how it betrayed us. And that Page of Cups is the perfect example of self-love, because allowing this to be is putting a judgment on us, like the people that did it before, because we didn't pick that up, out of nowhere. And by doing it to ourselves, we're preventing these parts of us to receive the nurturing, the caring, the love vibration, the light, peace, serenity, all of it. We're preventing these parts to receive it, because we're putting the judgment of, maybe you're not enough. Look, it's snow. I have to convince myself through my mental that I am loved. I do not feel it, because this prevents me from feeling it, because I'm lacking something. That's why they're handicapped on the drawing. They feel like, life is a race, but I'm missing a foot, or I don't have any shoes. And, I can't make it. How can I receive unconditional love if this is my belief? Then I entertain the belief because I speak it to myself. An act of love towards oneself is to actually allow ourselves to feel the worth, the love, the grace, allowing it without the judgment of, no, you don't have what it takes. It's not for you. So the star re-puts you into your alignment, and the understanding that will need to be left, that extra self-love is actually going to help. You cannot pour away old water if you do not fill it up with new water. There's no empty space here. I'm bringing that self-love, and this is what is going to allow me to release the memories of all the times I was abandoned, not enough, etc., etc. Under that, I have the Four of Cups. So since we're having this, we're getting out of our little prison of things cannot be different for me. But I still do not get access to how am I going to bring the energy that is Sagittarius in this new way. If I'm still on my guard. So I don't trust yet. I don't trust the universe. I don't trust me. I don't trust the people. It's all the same thing. I'm still on my guard. I'm still holding on my battles as a force field around me to protect me. So, first, determination, circling, understanding what is the false belief, getting it, seeing the price it costs, allowing us to remove the old emotional backup to those beliefs. And then it's, will I allow myself to bring myself out there in a completely different way? That's kind of the process. So, all right, so that understanding goes and affects also your energy. Let's clarify this for you, my beautiful Sagittarius. I call upon the divine. I call upon the light. I call upon the Holy Spirit. Help me clarify this reading for Sagittarius for the month of April 2024. All right, let's look at the Death card. Ooh, okay. So, the Death card, we have the Lovers in reverse. So, and the Death card was in reverse. So it's kind of like there's something I'm not willing to let go. The idea that, you know, it could be the idea that things do not happen to me. Okay, well, in a good way. And the Lovers in reverse is the incapacity to see that we are the ones that can make the decision about this. Because our baggage is stronger than our higher self. And we have to make a decision. Here, Lovers, Two of Swords. Because that puts you in a dual paradox here. A part of you probably believes in, being aligned, receiving, balance, the whole concept of it. But your baggage, your body, the memories in your cell, your reactions, your patterns are talking about something else. And here, Seven of Swords, unconsciously you're kind of sabotaging yourself. There's a part of the beliefs here that are like feeling robbed of the capacity to be in the flow, to be valued, to know that worth and that value within yourself, to know that you can be supported, that you're not alone, that you're not abandoned, that you have what it takes, that you are a seed worthy to be planted, and that the whole universe and the earth is going to nourish you and put you under the sun so you can flourish. That is the prime directive. You're still going by the default of your past experiences. So in that case, it's more like, oh yeah, well, I will be my own earth and my own water and my own sun, and I'll do everything by myself. That's the switch. So let's look at the Lovers. Something happens this month that puts you in the capacity of making the decision to start purifying this. I have the Wheel of Fortune and the Eight of Swords. So it's kind of the Wheel of Fortune in two steps. You're turning your Wheel of Fortune with that first sword. That's very interesting. Okay? It puts you out of your head into the yes, but I believe it, but my experiences has been that. I want to be in the flow and trust and attract people that will invest in me or that will support me, have just that inner feeling of knowing this. root chakra, not being in a fight or flight or always on the verge of being rejected. You're getting out of your head about it because you're understanding it as you come into the month. Maybe the last moon in Libra gave you a lot of information here. So first step, and then the second step, that allows you to take that cup, and then the second step will be to really release. That's interesting. Let's look at that star. Okay. I'm keeping this, and I have this. So you're going to spot it. You're going to get out of your head about it, but not quite ready to turn the page, forgive, move. You take that energy to move yourself away from it. Turning the page and forgiving, that's the Six of Swords. Keeping the memory of it. It's not like you become all of a sudden in la la land and nothing happened. No, it's about removing ourselves from the effects of the emotional imprint of what we've went through. And we're keeping just the wisdom of it. That's why the star, even though she's the water bearer, it's an air sign. It's Aquarius. It's that capacity to be always aligned with the one truth, because our truth is not being shoved from one side to another based on the emotional imprint. And for that, when I say forgiving, I use the true sense of the word, which is not, here you go, I forgive you, you are wiped clean of everything wrong you did to me. No, everybody's accountable for what they do. Forgiving is for giving back the consequences to the person that did whatever, to the situation, to all of it. Here, I'm giving back the emotional imprint of it, the collateral damage. I'm giving them back to you. I'm not holding on to that. Giving them back to the person, giving them back to the universe, whatever. It's the same thing. Because there's one thing. And then that allows us then to move to calmer waters, to reboot ourselves. All right. And that will turn the Wheel of Fortune a second time. So, okay, let's look at that Nine of Pentacles for you. Yeah, it's not the super, it's the super independence that makes you an island and that enslaves you. It's like being codependent with yourself. But or having a complete different vision of what is independence. Okay, for some of you, even you're always in a position where nobody's ever there for you, and as long as you believe him that tells you it's always going to be like that for you, because you know he's kind of the opposite of this. The feminine is not being inspired by higher waves of understanding. It's chained to the cube, to the conditions that she knew, to the small closed up reality. And the masculine is only trying to survive, fight or flight. There's no judgment. It's all of the old wounds. And maybe you're going to feel them even more this month because the moon is going to bring them up. It's going to bring up what needs to die. So in the process, if you do not address it, it's going to feel not comfortable. Judgment in reverse, it's when the unconscious parts that lived this, and it's all there, they're going to be stronger than the trumpet. So we're feeling like we're drowning in choppy waters and all of that, and we're kind of getting, yes, I've went through all of this, but what do I do with it after? Let's look at that Ace of Sword, because this is a very karmic thing. That Ace of Sword is going to be the illumination. Here's the leftover Pisces 12th house, and Neptune got into Gemini just before the end of the month. So everything, Neptune rules the 12th house. He's the ruler of Pisces. Everything that is in the deep waters where Scorpio can go and pick up old stuff. In your heart, in your capacity to be in the flow of this. Here, Hangman, sacrifice, seeing things from a different angle. You're going to look at what this means, and it's going to click for you. You're going to get that illumination. Some of you already have it as you come into the month. That was like the first step, seeing it. And you're going to fight with your own demon of complete self-sufficiency, because I cannot rely on others. Let's look at that Ten of Swords. The thing is that here, Ten of Swords is part of the illumination you're getting, but it opens up a possibility of receiving. I don't have to be the sole motor of everything that I have and that I can accomplish. I can start receiving. It just opens up the horizon a bit. It doesn't have to be like that. Page of Cup. Page of Cup. And so here I have the Queen of Cup and the Chariot in reverse. So that Page of Cup is like that first step to empower your Queen of Cups. That's going to be able to allow water in. Because I guess that's what you need to move forward, to follow your aspiration, to let yourself move towards success. It cannot have a part, like let's say you've always tried to push your own chariot by yourself. The universe needs to work at the same time as you do. The two Sphinx need to be in the same direction. If this is your ambition, Saturn, you cannot do it alone by yourself, or think I'm gonna do it, but the universe is gonna abandon me in the process. You know, even if you have your enterprise, you have to have people that want to invest in you, buying your products and all of that. You cannot be in a lack mentality as you're doing it. And I think the Page of Cup is going to help clear this. What did you want to say? Yeah, so that your mindset is more in the Three of Cups, more in the here. It's harvest. I'm receiving. People love me and want to celebrate with me. There's my social network supporting me. For some of you, you needed to understand, to hear that. Then we have, it was in reverse. This is the next step. Maybe some of you will get that ace at the end of the month. Others of you, it will be dangling until you forgive. The faster you forgive, move on. Here we have that, but with the Queen of Wands at the same time. Now that makes it very different. Her being independent, if the independence is one thing, she's the law of attraction. What is she going to attract? Is she going to attract abandonment? Or is she going to attract what she will need? And that being, people, events, situations, whatever, synchronicities and all of that. That's going to be the change. It's working your law of attraction right away. That's going to mark the second wheel of fortune for you. So if you're in this, You're not in this. She needs this. 8 of Wands, arrows of love. Let's go and make a move. Another one comes of the same nature. The moves are possible attacks. Very different. So the step after is understanding your law of attraction. So good thing to get out of the limited vibration of what you've experienced in the past. Activating your Queen of Cups and going for that, leaving the old water behind. We have 2 indications of leaving the old water behind. For some of you, you're going to be still bringing back the stuck in the head about the rest when it comes to the fire, because you're doing water and air, which is already a lot. The next step will be to get out of your head when it comes to your fire and actually backing yourself up with this. So this is really unfolding of a transformation where we're seeing 2 steps this month, next month, the next step. It's readjusting your law of attraction. I'm going to call it like that. But death here is very important. Transform, release, accept it. Do not hold on to it. That would be my advice for you, Sagittarius. So on this, I'm going to send you all my love and light. Thank you for watching, sharing, commenting. Please subscribe to help grow the channel. If you want a private reading, my description is below. There's a website, very easy to use. Thank you also for the ones of you who gave donations. It helps more than you think. And on the new moon and the full moon, I ask the universe to give you back in the shape that is the most beneficial for you, for your best path. On this, namaste. And I'll see you next month.